Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of The Oval Season 2, Episode 2. If you were new to my channel, welcome. If you return, you one of my people, welcome back. Now, y'all, I ain't even got nothing to say. We just gonna get right into the episode. A creepy Jason then snapped and choked Evil City Grandma unconscious. And I'm like, my first thought was Evil City Grandma. You couldn't use your nails to scratch at him at his face. You couldn't have kicked him in his private parts. You couldn't have done none of those things. Secondly, what you gonna do once the plane lands? You just gonna hurry up and hop off? Because the flight attendant came around and she was like, "That's odd. It was the grandma never fall asleep on this flight." So you talk about something? Oh yeah, she extra scared. I mean, not scared, extra tired, and she's cold, so she gonna need some blankets. I'm like, you done just killed Jean and left her on your bed. Now you done choke It was the grandma out. Like, who's next? He up there questioning how long is it like gonna take if you needed to drive a car from wherever they're going back to DC. I'm like, there was so many things wrong with this thing that I was getting mad off of. I was like, so I mean, I know you panicking if somebody's choking you, but I don't know. But I'm assuming if somebody's choking you, gonna panic. Like, where was her though? Okay, I'm gonna try to scratch at him, do something, kick him, punch him, do something. She was just sitting there like, I'm like, you evil sedity grandma. You should be doggone it. Have your guard up at all times, especially when creepy Jason is being creepy, and you know that he bad like that. You can't be just falling asleep like that with him. That didn't make no sense at all. We get over to at the White House. Hunter, he mad. Is wait, he mad because Victoria was right about Donald and Kyle messing things up. He's like, not the fact that things was messed up, is the fact that Victoria said that they was right. Kyle is like, well, I did use the armor piercing bullets. Like, there's no way he could be alive. That's because Kyle was smart and had on like extra protection from him. Like, he's talking about some if I go down, I'm taking y'all down with me. I'm like, first of all, this is your fault. Like, you let Kyle be your like second in command, and you got rid of Max, and Kyle was doing all messing up all kinds of way, like leaving the doggone mattress bloody like that. He should have blocked off that whole area. Went and got a vacuum cleaner, scrub, all those things like that you do to get rid of blood and all that other stuff. Bought a fresh, like chopped the doggone the back mattress up into small pieces and then carried out of the house. He trying to carry this huge big mattress out of the house, and the blood didn't stain through boxes. He just flipped the mattress over like wasn't nobody ever gonna flip it back up. That's how these things got started. If he hadn't been sloppy with that, New Yuma and Max would have never gonna found the evidence and put two and two together. But like, blame Kyle because he was being sloppy because he wanted Max's position. Now over at Richard and Nancy's house, Richard, he getting his detective work on. It's like, yeah, so Pinky was born at this month. That means he had to get conceived in this month. So now I'm looking at notes and letters that you sent me while I was over there fighting for my country, fighting for my life, and you was over here cheating on me. Yeah, it says right here that you went over my mama's house and you seen my brother. You were seeing how good he looked. What was that all about? He's like, don't do this. Like, you cheated on this man and had a baby and then gave the baby to your sister. And you expect him to be like, you know what? That was like almost 30 years ago. I was gone away at war. So let's bygones be bygones. It's like, no, this man gonna be mad. And then you won't tell him who the daddy is. I'm hoping it is the brother. I'm just hoping it's not Sam. But like, something in me is telling me that it's Sam. And I don't want it to be Sam. I don't want to be Sam at all. But he hit her with, old girl from the White House. She been flirting with me for years, but I was such a nice guy and I was faithful. But you know what? I can't wait to get back to work so I can get with her. She's like, you're not that type of man. I was like, that anger will do it to you. He might feel bad afterwards, but doggone it, that anger will make you do that. I'm not saying it's right. Now, y'all, Gail just for whatever reason she doesn't know how to read the room because she not going and gets up and she realized evil Saditty grandma is laying there. It looks like she's asleep while you up are talking about blackmailing Jean so she can pick y'all up. So you mean to tell me that you gonna call Jean? Hey Jean girl, how you doing? I need you to drive. What did the flight attendant say? 12 hours to come get me and my brother, or I'm gonna tell my mama that you was talking about her. First of all, Jean got to work. Well, first of all, one Jean dead, so she can't do that. I'm like, I would be like, tell your mama what I said about her because it is absolutely true. Like, she think evil Sadiddy grandma is sleeping, but like evil Sadiddy grandma, she seemed like one of them people that like she's like a light sleeper and she would have heard what y'all got going on. But I was like, once y'all got where y'all was going, evil Sadiddy grandma was gonna have somebody watching y'all like a hawk. She would have had y'all doggone some kind of gated area where y'all couldn't get out with doggone electric wire, not electric wire, but a barbed wire, and electric fences, and all that other stuff. So I don't know what you think he was gonna do, but anyways, new press secretary, she over there struggling because she know what to do, but she ain't good like Diane press secretary later. I was like, see, you not gonna did all that, and then slept with Hunter and did all that other stuff to get this job, and now you don't know exactly what to do to keep the job. And side note, when she answered the phone, she just said hello. She's like, "Hello, this is new secretary. This is the White House. Who you need to talk to?" It was just hello, like she was at her house on her cell phone. I'm like, ma'am. Then her boyfriend come in confronting her because it's like, Diane and put it out there that she was out here sleeping with the president. She's like, I'm good at my job. We went to school together. I was like, that don't mean that you wasn't out here sleeping with the president, which is exactly what you were doing. You pay all night sitting and sit with your boyfriend, but doggone you a wild woman when it comes to doggone the president of the United States. Donald even comes in and confronts her like, I know what you up to, hussy. So I'm gonna need you to get this together. All right, hussy. He didn't call her that, but that's the look he was giving her. And then told her to get out because that is no longer her office. This is when things got really, really, really stupid. So Bobby in his beard somehow went to a hospital in DC and was able to get Max up at the hospital, and nobody knows what happened. So I'm assuming that there is cameras galore all over DC. Everybody's houses, all around the White House, all up in the hospital, on random streets, in the alley. It's everywhere because this is DC. So he was able to get Max up out the hospital. Mind you, Max got shot. Max had operation. He was able to just bring Max out like that. And then he got like a whole IV set up at the cabin. Okay, but anyway, he calls, Press Secretary Diane, let her know, I got Max, but we gonna have to get up off this call because they're tracking you. She's like, no, they're not. I'm like, woman, ma'am, lady, Diane Press Secretary, you went on TV and told all of the business of the White House. You think they not tracking you? They was tracking you before you was out here spilling all the tea. They definitely tracking you now. So go over there to that gas station on the corner. There's a station wagon in the back. Get in said station wagon. Leave your phone in your car and get in that said station wagon. And I will give you further notice. I'm like, she could still get followed. Like all I gotta do is go to that gas station, look on camera of her getting out of one car and getting into another, and then follow that car. But that's how my mind is thinking. But I'm like, I gotta remember this is Tyler Perry land where it don't always make sense. But okay. Now Victoria, she got to sit down with new young thing press secretary, and she's like, Diane press secretary. She was mean. She got on my nerves, but she got the job done, and she handled things that would have crippled many of presidents. So, what's your plan? Well, I'm going to spend this and do this. Da, 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 da. No, mm-mm. What you gonna do is you gonna pack your bags and you gonna leave, and nobody's gonna know you're here. Was that a threat? She was like, yes, that was a threat. And if I refuse, well, I'm going to nicely cut you up in some pieces and then I'm gonna send it to your mama. How would you like that? She's looking like, I don't really like that, but she got that look of, what is Hunter gonna say? Is he gonna say something? That's the look that she was giving. I'm like, you might not want to, mess with, Victoria, because the last mistress that came through, she whooped her tail and whooped her tail real good. Yeah. Now, Victoria, she walked by Jason's room, was like, what is that smell? And I was like, has Jean been that dead that long to where she's already smelling? Because it seemed like Jason, raped her, choked her, and then immediately got on the plane. So I don't know how long it takes a dead body to start smelling, but she goes in the room and she's like, housekeeper, come here and clean this boy's room. It stinks. And she looked under the creepy Jason's bed, and there is Jean's body. Now, I already know that they're going to do something to cover it up, take her somewhere else to make it seem like she died there. But I was like, there is plenty of cameras, unless they get to the cameras first, that prove that Jean, went to creepy Jason's room and she never came out. Like, how is it? I mean, the security at the White House, they should be like looking at our rooms. Haven't they noticed that, hey, Jean ain't been seen in a while. Where is she at? We've been told that, creepy Jason be out here being creepy, so we should keep an eye on things. But no. Speaking of creepy Jason, he decides it's taking too long for this plane to land because they're circling because of weather or whatever reason. So this fool decides, I'm going to open up the emergency window. Now, I was like, was you trying to jump out yourself? Was you trying to jump out? Was you trying to make sure it was the grandma get sucked out? What was your plan? Because you don't have a parachute, so what was opening up this doggone window gonna do? That's where my mind was going. We had a little bit of Barry. He's still in jail because he kidnapped Ruth. My whole thing is, why didn't the police question Ruth like, hey, there was a body in the morgue that had your name on it and Barry identified you as that person. What's that all about? You were, what's the word I'm looking for? You were accused of kidnapping your daughter. What's that about? We didn't get those answers. The police officer that's been helping Barry along this way gives him his phone to call, Sharon so she can bail him out of jail. Like, no, we don't. We're not going to, the payphone that they used to have. And maybe they don't have the payphones anymore where you can call somebody. But like, he's just like, here's my cell phone. I don't know, something about like, I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into things, and I'm a suspicious type of person. But I was like, I'm side eyeing him because like it was like we let her go. You did kidnap her, but I was like, I. But Barry, he don't be thinking straight or anything. I've been called the police when I seen Ruth and been following her. Like, hey, that woman who kidnapped my daughter, I see her right here. She in the project area, I guess, trying to recruit new people. I don't know, trying to sell something. Not really sure. Y'all need to come out with her and get her. But no, they just let her gently just walk out the room doing one of these things, and that's the last we've seen of her. And I was like, okay, this is what we're doing. I was told that I should watch, you know, more of Ruthless, but my mind was like not letting me do it. They said it's a lot better, but like my mind was still, I was aggravated by a lot of people on that show, and my mind trying to, get through the Tally dead on one show, but she alive on another show. On here, Ruth still seems like she's under the Rakadouchi spell, but on Ruthless, she's no longer on that spell. But we still in the same timeline, and my mind is trying to do that, but it just won't let me. So y'all, that was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, you one of my peoples, welcome back. Wait a minute, that ain't how that go. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It's free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications on so when my beautiful face puts up a video. You can click on it, you can like it, and share it with your people, and you can come over and be one of my peoples. If you're already one of my peoples, oh, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.